Hello everybody and welcome back. Now we are here and we've just killed an orc chief and we're going to loot this entire little cave system. We also have to count up what we got from these orcs here. So when we add everything up, we end up with about 500 silver pieces, 100 gold pieces and 60 platinum pieces. We also get a nice ring off this chief in cave B and a pretty nifty looking shield. And Malin, who is itching for a magic ring, wants to know if that ring is magic, something that may give him extra spells. So he uses his wand of magic detection and casts it over the little pile of treasure. A lot of the equipment we already have glows, but what is new is the shield that we got off this person. That's a shield +1. And the hand axe that we got off this person also glows. That's nice. And something in the corner of the room glows that we weren't expecting. We found a small sack. It had about 50 gold pieces in it. And the rope which tied the sack together glows. Now what is that kind of rope? Don't know, but it's magical. What else did we get? We found a nice looking belt on this orc leader. It's silver and gold. Carrick gives that an appraisal with his canny eye and thinks that's worth something. And we found a sword with a jewel in the hilt. Now that could have been magical, but it didn't respond to the wand of magic detection, so we're just going to take jewel out of the hilt. So we've come out with some nice loot in terms of cash, and also 3 new magic items. A shield, which we think is a shield +1, a hand axe, and this magical rope. We're going to give the shield to Coram. He has a dex penalty, so even though he has plate mail and a shield, this should bump his AC up to 2. We're also going to give him the hand axe, because that is his weapon of choice. And when he leaves us at the end of this entire adventure, we might give him the hand axe for services rendered. Another thing I kind of failed to do during last session, or even the one before, is I completely forgot that Sylvia can speak Orcish due to being an elf. It wouldn't really have made that much difference in terms of negotiation. We didn't negotiate, we slaughtered. But it may have added some roleplay opportunities when dealing with the mothers and the children. But hey ho, too late for that. So we're going to make our way out of this cave to the entrance. And it's about time we camped. Our spells are kind of depleted. We could do with an extra HP from resting. What has happened to the weather? Okay, well it looks kind of half overcast. Right. But we'll make our way towards the campsite and yeah, the rain comes down. Oh well. So in the rain, we climb the hill. Now, do we have a wandering monster as we set up our camp? And we don't. So apart from the damp and the cold, it's a fairly standard evening. We each recover 1 HP. Carrick is up to 9, Donard's up to 13, and Coram is up to 9. And our spells are replenished. The next morning we set off again to try another cave. Are we interrupted in the morning? Oh, and we are. Right. Okay, what are we interrupted by? A 5. And it's ghouls. Right, now do ghouls appear during the daytime? Strictly speaking, what are the rules for undead and sunlight? Do you know what? I'll just roll again. And that's a 1. It's an oil beetle. We've seen these before. And there's 2 of them. Right. Who gets surprise? If anybody. And we surprise them. We're just gonna let them go their way. We see them before they see us. We're just gonna take a slight detour and hopefully they'll go their way. So we'll make it back to the Caves of Chaos. And we've done D, E, A, B and C. Right. And the next likely looking one is H. On the presumption that this was an orc cave, this was an orc cave. Maybe this one will be too. And in all honesty, this was a bit of a slaughter. We came out of that largely unscathed and not even close to dying. So let us enter this cave system, and we're immediately faced with a left-right. Let us search for traps, or Liz, and she doesn't find anything. Right, what about taking a vote for left or right? 1 to 3 left, 4 to 6 right, and it's right. That was Carrick, Malin and his sister Liz. And immediately we come to another junction. Now this goes downward, and I'm assuming this goes upward. Whatever inhabits this cave does not have infravision, because we can see some kind of glowing torchlight here, though not much up there. I think it would be wise for us to shutter the lantern and to at least try a bit of stealth. Even just to go around the corner. And Liz, who's moved silently, is 40. Indeed, makes that. So she has snuck in and she's hiding along the walls here. And so far nobody has noticed her. If you want to know why her stealth is 40, she has those elven boots, which were meant to offer stealth of 90, but I upgraded it, or I downgraded it to +10. So she is able to creep forward and tell us what's in this cave, and indeed it looks to be a guard room with 5 large creatures we haven't seen before. They look like hobgoblins, which we have seen, but much bigger. So Liz comes back and gives us the news. We're not going to be surprised by them. We're here seeking adventure and treasure. There's no point in coming into this cave if all you're going to do is leave because things look a bit scary. We have to take this on. Well, we've got our 3 frontliners, and we have our 2 archers, and we have a sleep spell. Let's just go for it. Let's just go around the corner in our formation, and let's see if we are fast enough to get surprise on them. We don't. Okay. Let's see if we get initiative. We do get initiative. Right. Now these creatures are bugbears. Let's see. And they are tough. They are level 3 hit dice monsters. 3 of them are females who are level 2. Liz is going to try and take one of them out. And that hits AC 6. She does 3 plus 2 damage. It's 5. So one of the females is down to 2. Sylvia misses. Carrick goes on to one of the 2 males and hits and does 6 damage. He's down from 10 to 4. Coram, who's with his little new magic hand axe, is on the same one. And he hits and he does 2 plus 2 strength and plus 1. He takes out that. One of the bugbear, and Carrick is on the other one. And he misses. Right, their turn. What is their morale since we've killed the first one? And that's an 8. Their morale is 9. So it's their turn to fight. This might not go well. Right, we've got one on Carrick. And it misses. And we've got 3 on. And we've got 3 females with spears. And one is going to throw on Donard. Misses. One is going to throw on Coram. Misses. And one is going to throw on Carrick. And misses. Round 2. And they get initiative. Same thing. The male is on Carrick and hits AC 1. That's a miss. Then we have the 3 spears. And that's a miss. And that's a miss. And then on Carrick. And that's a miss. They are out of spears, so they have to engage in melee. It's our turn. Let's do... Liz is on one of the spear throwers, and she hits AC 7. That's a miss. Sylvia misses. Right, we'll do Carrick on the bugbear that's attacking him. That's a miss. God, that could have been a 20. Donard's going to go over and help. And help he does. He hits and he does 4 damage. It's from 10 to 6. And Coram is going over with his hand axe and he gets +3 under that. That's a hit and he takes out the second melee. Right, their turn. These 3 females have to engage hand to hand. One on Donard hits and does 6 damage. The one on Carrick, Coram, misses. I think stick in the corner. And the one on Carrick misses. That's a 1. Round 3. And they get initiative again. I'm going to do another morale check. No, I'm not. They've decided to fight. Donard misses him badly. Coram, the one on him, hits and does 4 damage. He's down to 5. And the one on Carrick misses. Right, our turn. Archery first. Liz hits and does 6 damage. Right, one is down to 1. Sylvia misses. 3 melee. Right, it's not melee, it's magic. Donard is going to use the Staff of Healing on Coram and does 4, so he's up to 9 again. Then we have melee, and can Coram take out one of these? He can't. Can Carrick take out the one that's on him, who's yet to be hit? Right, now he gets 3 onto that. He hits AC 5. They have AC 6, that's a hit. 4 plus 3 is 7, so he takes out the one that's on him. Right, now this is round 4, and we get initiative. Right, Liz misses. Sylvia, right, well, +1 for short range. It's AC 6, that's a hit. She takes out 1. Donard hits and takes out the last one. Okay, we're here. We've got 5 dead strange creatures. Carrick can identify them as bugbears. He's old enough, as can Coram. Now Donard is going to use the Wand of Healing on himself. And he's going to cast a Cure Light Wounds on himself. Right, okay, that's another 5. He's up to 16. That's near max. Now that was tough. We loot the room. The bugbears have the usual stuff on them. There are bedrolls, a bench, a long table, a water pail, and sacks of meal scattered here and there in the chamber. Keys to doors 40 and 41 are on the wall opposite the stairs. So that's here. While we see the bunch of keys, we take it, and we have to decide whether we want to go east or west. Right. 1 to 3 west, 4 to 6 east. Right, and a lot of people adamantly want to go west. Apart from Carrick and Malin. So we go this way. This place will be lit by torches on the walls. And we come to a door. It's locked. So the thing is to first listen at the door. And Liz hears nothing. Do we want to open the door? I think it's best to check down here. And we do. And we find it's a dead end. So we try the key in the lock and very slowly turn it. And inside, what do we see? But we see a lot of people manacled to the walls. And when I say people, I don't necessarily mean humans. Here's a description of who is in this here. 3 kobolds, 1 goblin, 4 orcs, 2 humans, and optionally add 1 dwarf, 2 elves, right, in place of the 2 kobolds and the orcs. I don't think we're going to add the demi-humans. It's unlikely that they would be in this part of the world, yet here we are with 2 dwarves and an elf in our own party. Now we're told all will fight against the bugbears if given weapons. Right. Okay, and the thing is, they're all chained to the wall with a common chain and a heavy padlock. I'm guessing what that means is their manacles have loops, and while they're all chained to the walls with their hands above their heads, that chain runs through a whole series of loops and bolted onto the wall. Now we have weapons for these. We're going to have to go in there and do some talking. Right, okay, I'm going to pause here for a minute till I think what's going to happen next. Right, what are we going to do with all these prisoners? 2 of them are human, but we can't release them without releasing all the others. And they all start barking, yipping, shouting at us in their various languages. We have amongst us, between Carrick, Sylvia and Malin, we can speak all these languages. They're saying various things like, help us, rescue us, we'll help you. We're going to go back here and ask, what do? We don't feel we can leave the humans. Do we want to take the others? Let's think for a sec. Well, we can't take them without arming them, at least the humans. And if these demi-humans are eager to help us, well, we owe them something. Now, where do we get weapons? We have a whole series of spears from here, including some shields. We just killed 5, so we have 5 spears and 2 shields. I'm going to mark that down. If we go back to one of the orc lairs, there was a storeroom, I believe here, that had more weapons. Or else we could just clear out the entire cave and well, it would be a shame to not use these as extra help. So what we're going to do is we're going to strip these bugbears of their equipment. We're going to dump the spears and the shields here, kind of show these people we mean business, and that way we don't have to worry about it disappearing. And then we're back here. Now we're going to need help, and we know where to get help because we have an ogre friend, and considering the amount of gold and silver that we've got, I think we've got enough to bribe him. So we're going to go back outside, creep down the hillside and across here to the ogre cave. And well, he remembers us. We can speak Orcish, and we say in Orcish, you want to help? And he says, give me money. He's unlikely to be hostile since we've paid him before. Right, now we have all these little bags of gold, which we portioned up into 50 gold pieces, and we'll offer him 1. And he is uncertain. Okay, we'll have to offer him 2. And that is flat out refuse. Okay, we'll have to begin then. We'll offer him 3. Nope, he refuses that. And so we have to offer him 4. and that is possible. And nope, he refuses that. So we have to offer him the 250 gold. And he's not happy with that. And nope. So we're going to up the offer to 300 gold. Oh Jesus, he's 350 gold then. Yes, that's immediately friendly. 350 gold to hire an ogre. Now let's remind ourselves what this guy's stats are. He is a 4-hit dice monster. Actually 4 plus 1. He's got 25 HP. He does D10 plus 2 damage. What kind of weapon does he have? I'm going to assume it's a club. I'm going to have to use a different monster hit roll table because he's off this one. Right, we're going to go back here with our ogre friend. Now we have a party of 7. Back inside here. Back into here. And we're going to check this door here. Liz is going to listen at it. She hears a load of moaning and groaning and the rattling of chains. Indeed, it sounds like another slave room. Carrick has the keys. He opens the door, and sure enough, around the walls are even more slaves. Right, who are they? We've got 3 more hobgoblins, gnolls, which we haven't seen before. Rather tall humanoids with dog-like features. A bugbear, okay, now why is he slaved here, we don't know. And a huge man, a seemingly wild man with mighty muscles, shaggy hair and a beard and staring eyes. Okay, now he looks like a berserker. We've come across them as wandering enemies. None of these people look savoury. I think we'll close and lock the door. We don't want to take any of them with us. You know, we might be wrong about that human. He may just be deranged because of his captivity. Okay, we know there are no bugbears there. So we're back here. Right, now do we want to go up into this slope? Or do we want to continue on this way? I think we'll continue this way. This slope looks dark. There are some torches here. So that means there are people here. Let's just go for it. Let's just walk in. We're expecting trouble. And trouble we get. There are 3 bugbears here, and we surprise them. Missiles first. Liz misses. They have AC 5. She hits AC 6. Sylvia misses. Right, melee. Donard is on 1, misses. Carrick is on another. No, sorry, Coram misses. Carrick is on 1, misses. Our big ogre friend. Right, misses. Okay, that was a really crap surprise round. That was 6 misses. Let's roll for round 1. And they get initiative. Right, so there's 1 on Donard. These guys don't have spears, they have swords. And hits. He's down to 10. There's one on Coram. And that hits, and he's down to 4. And there's 1 on Carrick, and that's a 14. That does not hit. Right. So our turn again. We have missiles. Sylvia hits. Well done. That's 6 damage off 1. Liz. 10 plus 4 is 14. Does 3 damage. That's one that's down to 2. Spells. Malin is going to cast Sleep. These are 3 hit dice monsters. And he puts all 3 of them to sleep. Okay. The usual cutting of the throats. I'm going to pause here for a bit, as my neighbour seems to have decided to do some hammering. Okay, back in a minute. Right, I neglected to mention, outside of this cave was some signposts, and they were written in various languages: Kobold, Orcish, Goblin and Common, and each one says, "Safety, security and repose for all humanoids who enter. Welcome. Come in and report to the first guard on the left for a hot meal and bed assignment." We weren't going to fall for that, and that was meant to lure us into here, where we've just fought off some bugbears. We got surprise on them, so we attacked. Had we just walked in, they would have faked friendship. They were eating, sitting on stools near a smoking brazier, and they have skewers of meat roasting over coals. And just when you walk in and they make some sort of gesture to offer you food, but instead they use the skewers as swords and strike at you. That was definitely one of those they attack on sight. We haven't really bothered with reaction rolls because we've come in here a bit bloodthirsty and it hasn't really worked out for us. Donald is down to 10 health and he's got 1 cure light wounds left, and he's used his charge of the staff of healing. We have an ogre who hasn't really hit anything yet. If we're going to complete the rest of this dungeon, remember, we don't know how large this place is, and to date we've had several dungeons where there's been rooms of 10 or even 12 enemies in one, plus their consorts who sometimes join in. We had to fight 5 here and just 2 here. This running in and hitting things, it isn't working anymore. We're going to have to think of a way of luring these creatures out so we can get them one by one, or at least get more attacks on them before they can attack us, maybe even kill them before they even get to us. And I think that's going to have to involve a mix of our ogre, some form of ambushing, darkness, because we have infravision, well, 3 of our team do, and maybe some way of distraction and luring them into the darkness where we can attack them before they get an attack on us. And if we remember back to the Eye of Traldar, we did have an ogre friend there, and he was quite good at, well, starting a fight. Okay. I'm going to leave it here for this session, and next session we're going to explore the rest of this cave network, and we're going to have to try and find a strategy to take this on. Okay, yeah, things have just got a bit more interesting. So until next time, see you then.